we're back. Round 3 of tanning. If you can see our hideout here. I have gloves on. This is what you'll need: gloves. You're going to need oil, your oil from our kit from part 1. If you haven't watched that, go watch part 1 of this series because it tells you what you need, okay? So I've got my tanning oil here. I've got my gloves on. What we're going to do with this hide, the hide has been laying out and laying flat for about a day now. You're going to want it wet but not soaked. It was soaked because what did I do? In part 2, we washed it, okay? So now we're going to flip this over and we're going to start the process, the tanning process, okay? Okay. Now you're going to want to work from the inside out, okay? So we're going to put a little bit of oil on here and we're going to rub it in. Just like this. And see, there's a lot of oil that's on here. And it's okay, because you'll come back and we will do this again, this process again in an hour. But you're going to want to get all the edges, all of the creases in here. And that's why I said use some gloves, because you can just wash your gloves. But this is the longest process here. Once this is all done, we're going to let this dry for an hour, and we're going to do this process over again. You do not want any of the oil laying on the hide, any puddles of oil on the hide at all. And this is what makes it nice and soft. I used a cup of oil. You're going to want, with your oil, you're going to want to put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds for your oil. So it's nice and warm. on your hide. The thickest part of the hide is right here. So the thickest part of the oil will go right here. And you're gonna want it nice and thick. See how nice and white the hide is? The hide is nice and white. Yes, we're getting a glare. It's okay, guys. All this extra little garbagey stuff will fall off as you do your pulling apart process and tanning process. Okay, which we're starting right now. You want to make sure that you get all the edges so it's nice and soft. And work that stuff right in. Hi guys, we're back. So we have put the oil on our hide. I have let this hide set for now 2 days because it's still really wet here. So what we're going to do today is, usually at this point you would take it and start pulling it and or putting it on a board to stretch it. I do not do that process. I don't have a board. I keep it laid flat like this, and I start the pulling process or breaking the hide just like this. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So I want to show you an up close of the hide breaking point. Okay, so follow me. So here you see that it's drying out. You can see the brown spots of it drying. What I'm going to do is start breaking this hide apart. So I wanted to show you just a little section. This is a little bit drier on the ends. So what you're going to do is you're going to start pulling, and you're going to see that hide break apart to the, and it becomes white. You want, and this is hard, but you want all of that white in there. And so we're going to do this almost every day, twice a day, and we're going to keep pulling it apart and pulling and pulling it apart. Let's go to this section over here. And and it's stretching and pulling it apart. Okay, so that you see that white underneath. And see how it's breaking it apart? And you're gonna see that white underneath as it becomes pliable, and it's gonna break apart. And as we're doing this, it's gonna break more and more, so you see white, more and more white come through, okay? So as it's drying, you're gonna just take your thumbs and your fingers and you're gonna pull this right apart. And see it breaking apart there? And as it breaks apart, that's your leather right here. Right here is your leather part. Okay? Disclaimer, definitely not a professional. Okay, guys? Just saying. This is how I do my hides. Just clarifying, okay? Anybody can do their hides however they want. So, the hide itself was not, it was not drying fast enough. So what I did was, I put underneath the hide a cloth. I change this every day, and it's making the hide a little bit softer. It's drying it up a little bit faster. Okay, guys? You're going to do is, as it's drying, you're gonna knead it and knead it and knead it. You're gonna take the hide down and you're gonna knead it up. So it takes a lot of work, guys. This is a long time for this going on here. It takes time. It takes energy and time, and you have to be persistent on it. You cannot let this dry out all with the black stuff on it. It will be hard as a rock. If you do it the way I do it and you keep on doing it, it will dry. It will be just awesome, guys, okay? All right, so subscribe, like, and hit that little bell. Toodles.